The removal of attribute swapping from Minecraft is probably the second most controversial change to the game since the 1.9 combat update. I would actually go as far as arguing that it's one of the most controversial changes to any game in the history of online gaming, but why exactly is it such a massive thing? Today I will explain to you what the significance of this change is and what to expect for the future of Minecraft. In case you aren't aware, in a recent pre-release snapshot for the summer drop, Mojang removed attribute swapping from the game entirely without otherwise warning the community. As a result of massive backlash, they have temporarily reverted this change, but have said that it will be removed in the future. Just when exactly this will happen is unknown, but personally I believe this will be in the winter drop or around that time. Attribute swapping has been a thing for an extremely long time, its popularisation being accredited to Swite in early May of 2024, and to get rid of it now is ridiculous as they have let it embed itself into the PvP meta for years, and the relevancy of attribute swapping has only increased with recent updates such as 1.21 and 1.20.1.11, the additions of the mace and the spear respectively. The cutoff should have been here in the spear update, when lunge swapping was first discovered. This would have meant that the meta for spear maze, probably the most popular mode and the basis of Minecraft's current popular content at the moment, such as main pairs videos, videos from the Unstable Universe, and videos of the ranked SMP, would be very different from how it is today. But not only this, the changes proposed by Mojang affect more than just attribute swapping itself. It completely changes hotbar prioritization, which will remove one-tick stun slams, insta-carting, and fast anchoring from PvP entirely. The future of PvP looks bleak, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous for them to change this now. The next thing I would like to discuss is the less talked about issue of the proposed update, being the divide it will create in the community. Minecraft itself is inherently divided between the two main versions, Java Edition and Bedrock Edition, and in Java Edition, the community is split between 1.8 spam click combat and the new 1.9 plus combat system. And the third split will be created between attribute swap users and non-attribute swap users, which goes against Mojang's vision to unify Minecraft into one game. It will also significantly lower the skill ceiling of PvP. Minecraft PvP is not as easy as it looks. It doesn't have the complex aim mechanics of shooters or the tactical knowledge needed in major esports titles, despite having an extremely competitive community. This applies to PvP, but also applies to speedrunning and other mechanical areas of expertise. Attribute swapping controls the meta of almost every single kit other than pot kits and sword kits. A player's ability to win fights is quite largely based on their ability to attribute swap. This is for shield disabling, breach swapping, density swapping, and lunge swapping. There are also other important uses for it which I won't get into as it's not relevant to the topic of this video. This has its positives and its negatives. The game would become more accessible for new players. On the other hand, players at the top of the leaderboards, who spent hours and days learning, mastering, and in some cases pioneering and inventing these mechanics, for example, Swite's discovery of the attribute swap, or the now disgraced Marlowe's discovery of hotbar prioritization, will find all of their hard work gone to waste. It also leaves Mojang open to criticism. What other things are in the game that they may just get rid of? Think about the problems if they were to remove elytra macing or push the villager trading rework that was in testing. This could leave Minecraft's community in a stone age where it no longer wants to take the risk of progressing through new versions for fear of removal of integral parts of Minecraft's gameplay. So what should be done about this? Well, I can definitely understand the logic behind wanting to remove attribute swapping, as some of the capabilities are extremely overpowered. Mainly breach swapping, which allows a player to do around 4 hearts in a single critical hit to a fully maxed out netherite player. But as I mentioned, it's been a feature for too long to be messed with now. To be honest, I think Mojang's options are as follows. Firstly, they have the option of going through with the update and patching attribute swapping. Arguably, this would be better for the game in the long run, but would ruin the relationship that Mojang has with its community, which is one of the main reasons that Minecraft is still so relevant and successful today. Secondly, they could just leave it as it is, which would be the best option for their community relationship, but also leave very overpowered and unintentional mechanics in the game. Thirdly, they could leave it down to the community, either by leaving it to a popular vote or adding a game rule to the game. There are already ways to disable unpopular mechanics such as phantom spawning, and I don't see the issue with doing this for attribute swapping. It would mean that players who wanted it could still use it, and players who don't want it can remove it from the game by simply typing a command. This to me seems the most logical option, as they could maintain community relationship while still patching a thing that they clearly have a massive issue with. So there you have it. That's the attribute swapping situation in a nutshell, as it's hard to keep up with such a changing and volatile situation. I hope you found this explanation helpful. If you did, then please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next